and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider. I'm Jeff Brightwell. I'm joined by Brooks Monaghan, whose team played a pair of matches last week, and Coach, you came through very well. Let's go back and talk about the Thursday night match with Arkansas Pine Bluff, a chance to recognize your seniors. We talked about that last week, people doing senior night on different times now than the old traditional last home game of the season. Your team was focused, though. You score 66 seconds into the match on an absolutely beautiful goal, and you had that match in hand for nothing about 20 minutes into it.
Yeah, and I thought it was a good game for us, and you need some games, and this is no disrespect to Arkansas Pine Bluff. On paper, we're supposed to win the game, and you need some of those games, especially mixed in with the schedule that we have. Now, at the end of the day, you got to score the goals, you got to play the game, but I was proud of the girls. They came out, flying, got an early goal, and it changes the game, and it allowed us to get almost everybody. I think everybody did get some significant minutes in that game, and it's so important for these kids. I mean, we have to hold every one of these kids to a very high standard and push them every day. And at the end of the day, right? I mean, it's our sport. Not everybody plays. So just to be able to get them on the field, they've earned that and they deserve that. And so I was very pleased, and we were able to score quite a few goals, and of course ended up coming out with the victory.
You turn around Sunday afternoon against a team in Indiana out of the Big Ten, had not given up a goal all year. They're looking for some scoring. That's a team that I think by the end of the year, if they can find just a little scoring, will likely be an at-large team out of the Big Ten. But boy, they did a really good job, I thought, kind of pushing the pace, kind of dictating things early in that match.
Yeah. I was actually okay with the way things were going, really the first 25 minutes. And, but look, credit to Indiana. They are a very good team. They're very, very disciplined on the field and the way they play and their shape, and they're very hard to break down. They're going to win a lot of games, but it was no excuses, right? You were there. I mean, it was extremely hot. Obviously there's two teams playing. We train in the mornings. We haven't really played or done something that intense in that heat all year. So, I think that affected us for sure. Now, am I happy with that as a coach? No, because you got to be mentally strong and just deal with the conditions. But like I said, no excuses. It's playing a Sunday afternoon game in the heat that we can get down here is a different ball game than playing an evening game. Plain and simple. It's almost to some extent, it's a different sport. Yeah. And the way you coach it, it's different too, because that you're going to have to make a lot of subs. You're trying to match up, the timing of the subs, the relationships on the field, making sure they match up. So, listen, yesterday was a great win, and it was back and forth. They had chances, we had chances, but there's all types of ways. There's all types of games. There's all types of ways to win. And it probably wasn't our prettiest match, but the girls grinded it out, and I'm very, very proud of them for doing that.
Get the early goal in the second half, I believe, a little over 3 minutes into the second half. That was the difference off the header. Then Elizabeth Moberg, very solid, and we're starting to see Elizabeth be pretty aggressive just out of the box, trying to cut down some angles, cut down some opportunities before they develop high in the 18.
She made some very good saves, some very, very good saves. I think overall is a pretty good defensive effort in our group. Whether that was our forwards defending, and but yeah, for sure Moberg came up with a couple big saves in the game. But listen, that's what she's supposed to do, and that's not to take anything away. You need your big players to make big plays in big games, and she absolutely did that. There was some other very good defensive Caroline was very good. I thought Grace Storty the heat, I think, got to her a little bit. You're used to seeing her bomb forward, but it's okay, right? Because other players stepped up. Kimmy Smith, I thought was fantastic back there, spraying, with Kimmy as well. You couldn't tell that in my eyes that Haley Spray was playing in 100-degree weather, so kids got to step up, and they did. So like I said, it was a very good performance. We had to make a lot of subs. I told the coaching staff at halftime, I said, win, lose, or draw, this is a great game for us and a great game for me as a coach, because it forced me to play some players, and some of those players earned my trust. And that is huge, because for me, I am who I am as a coach. Once I trust you, I totally trust you. But up until that point, to see, I need to see you do it. Not always just at practice, but just in these big games. And so I thought several of the substitutes that came in, they really, really showed well. And they also, yesterday made us a better team, I think. Yes, we were able to get the result, but just some of these kids showing that proving that they can get it done on the field. So it made us even that much deeper yesterday as well.
Coach, before we get to looking ahead for Thursday and Sunday, the University Athletic Department released the 2020 Vision Memphis Rising initiative and plan for the Park Avenue campus. I had Laird Veach on the radio the other day. Said, of course, the Success Center, which will be, geared toward probably academics and life after college sports, how to gear them up for that, is going to be the priority before the student housing and the competition facilities. But he did tell me that as far as competition facilities, one of the first things, if not the first priority, is to get that soccer and track stadium built on there. You've seen the plans. You've probably known about it a lot longer than most people since it's been released to the public. So you had to be pretty excited that that's going to be on the priority list there.
Yeah, we're very excited, and I appreciate obviously Laird's support and his staff's support and making that a priority. It's gonna be a game changer for us. It's just with recruiting and just the atmosphere and everything. It's we've got a great practice field, we've got a great pitch, we got great lights. We dress the field up well, but just to do what they're going to be doing, that final piece is gonna help, I believe, take us to another level. Because we'll have everything. They've redone the our weight room. We've got the little indoor turf room. And that's a huge part of this is the recruiting piece. So to have this stadium in place when it's done, it's going to be fantastic, and I couldn't be more delighted.
Well, for all the success you've had there as the head coach of the program and all the championships, I'm gonna try to rally some support to call it Old Monaghan or Camp Monaghan or Monaghan Road or something like that after a Premier League stadium.
I love it.
Coach, let's focus ahead now. Thursday night, and you got two more of these big matchups at home before you head on the road. Start off with those Kansas Jayhawks on Thursday night.
Yeah, we're just starting to do our research on them, and obviously we follow their results. And we played them a couple of years ago. It was a great match. They got us by 1 goal, but it was a pretty even match. And they're usually a one of the better teams in the Big 12. They're usually in the NCAA tournament, and I think they're on track to do that this year. So, going to be another tough, great match for us to play. And we just need to get a little bit better this week to be prepared to challenge them come Thursday night.
And then Sunday at 6:00, you got Alabama. I believe we've seen them off and on over the last few years.
Yeah. We've been fairly consistent with playing those guys. And again, they're a very good team, and don't really know much about them at all yet. We're going to focus on Kansas, and then it'll be a quick turnaround to really, put all our focus on them as soon as the Kansas game is over. But another quality opponent. We've got it's a massive weekend for us in a lot of ways, and happy to have both of these teams at home, and looking forward to the matches.
All right, Coach. We look forward to seeing you out there Thursday and on Sunday.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Coach Brooks Monaghan, I'm Jeff Brightwell, the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.